starting to record right now. Chinish laughable, I forgot. Okay. So just for pronunciation purposes, let's go ahead and unmute ourselves and just repeat after me. Okay? Yalwaya ni kwahkwahki.
Alwaya ni kwahkwahki.
Yalwaya ti kwahkwahki.
Alwaya ti kwahkwahki.
Yalwaya kwahkwahki.
Alwaya kwahkwahki.
So just remember that when there's a UH inside of a word, the U is silent and the H has a voice. Now for miyakin, right? Namansin ti kwahkwawi. So right now we are looking for firewood. Right? Remember you have to add an H to indicate plural, right? Ti kwahkwawi. We're looking for firewood. Well, now we're going to say yesterday we did it. Okay? So for plural, you also have to drop the H. So Pano KH, left with HU, you also switch it, and then you have the K. So Yalwaya, Tikwahkwahke. Yalwaya, Inkwahkwahke.
Alwaya in kwahkwahke.
Yalwaya, Kwahkwahke.
Alwaya kwahkwahke.
And Kantito. Another word that uses this same rule, right? Chiwa, to do. Chiwa. Namansin nikchiwa. Right now, I do it. Namansin nikchiwa. You used Yalwaya yesterday. Drop the A. You're left with HU. Switch it. UH. Final step. Add the key. Excuse me. Yalwaya nikchihki. Yes. Can. Yesterday I did it. Yalwaya nikchihki. Yalwaya tikchihki. Yalwaya kichihki. Yesterday he did it or she did it. They singular did it. Okay, and to say we did it, it's tikchihke, right? Okay, tikchihke. Inkichihke. Inkichihke. You all did it. And kichihke. They did it. Another rule are words that end in CU when you drop to find a vowel. In this case, we will use the word kalsakwa to close the door. Right? Ni kalsakwa, I close the door. Drop to find a vowel. You're left with CU. The rule says switch it, and then you can add the key. Okay, whenever you see CQ together, C is like an H with the voice. U is silent here. So there's a lot of rules here going on. So whenever you see UC, the U is silent. Whenever you see CQ, the H has the voice. So phonetically, ni calzaki,
Nikalsaki.
ni calzaki. You close the door. Ki calzaki.
Nikalsaki.
You close the door. Calzaki.
Nikalsaki.
She closed the door. And then for plural, right, it's que, right? So ki calzaki,
Nikalsaki.
ki calzaki, ki calzaki,
Nikalsaki.
calzaki.
Nikalsaki.
Okay, so this is the second rule. CU turns into UC. Here's another example, right? In this case, we're using the word sesequi, and also use the word ichnequi. This is another word I didn't write in the word box, so just go ahead and write it down too. Ichnequi is to smell something. Ichnequi. It's sesequi to be called sesequi. Oh, okay, so, um, 1 moment. So let's do it step by step, okay? So to be cold. Kenishki morlia, Emma, kenishki morlia, I'm cold.
Muelia. Nisasekui.
Kenna. Seku. Seku. Maldito. And then, Vero, what's the first step to put in the past tense?
Drop the vowel.
Drop the I.
Drop the I. The last vowel. Change it to UC. Nisasekui.
Kenna. Drop the vowel. Right? What do you do next? Emma. Seku. What happens to see you?
Then we flip the CU to UC.
Kenna. And Vero, what's the final step?
Oh, at the ending.
Hmm?
Nisasekui. Nisasekui. No, Nisasekui.
Aha, Nisaseki.
Nisasekui.
Aha, Nisaseki.
Nisasekui.
Right, so you drop the final vowel. You turns into UC. Right, whenever you see UC, you're silent. And then at Nisaseki.
Nisasekui.
Right, so Saseki will be your base for singular. have Luis here. So, Luis, can Himuelia, you were cold. You were cold. Ashtok? Stok? Luis? Ashtok? Emma, can Himuelia, you were cold.
You were called Moilia T. Seseki.
Can Tiseki. And then Vero, she was cold.
Seseki.
Can Tiseki. Right, you can pronouns are also optional, so you can also say na, right? Ta,
Mm.
na nisiseki, ta kisiseki, ya siseki. Okay, so Vero, can you hikimolia, we are cold. Present tense, we are cold.
Thesis. Oh, weird. Thesis. Thesis. Sec. No. Thesis. Sec.
Tisesekui, right? Tisesekui, tisesekui,
Seseki.
right? So T, us, H at the end is meaning we're doing this, right? Tisesekui.
Seseki.
Okay, so Vero, what happens to the IH? What's the first step to make this past tense?
Change the drop the last the IH.
Can
Change. Should I keep going? Change
Can
CU to UC.
can
And then my ending for plural. Okay.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Oh, can
And
Oh, you were having audio issues? And then you had the key can. So we were cold, Moilia, Jesus, sorry.
okay,
Sorry.
plural.
You had the ke. Jesus, So seseke will be your base for plural. So anyone can answer. Can you Himulia? You all were cold. All were cold.
Seseki.
And then they were cold.
Seseki.
Right, so we got to practice two words that change from CU to UC. Now this is um, the third rule before you add the key. The Y changes to an X for the word chia. So class 2 words, not all class 2 words in YA, but if you see a word that ends in YA, it's a class 2 word. In this case, it's chia, right? To wait for someone. So nikchiya, I wait for her. Right now we want to put this in the past tense. Like the first step, it's the same step. Drop the final vowel. You end up with Y. Y changes to an X, and then you have ki. Namansi nikchiya, right? Right now I wait for her. What if you want to say yesterday? So yalwaya nikchishki. Yalwaya nikchishki. Tikchishki. You waited for her. Tikchishki. Men kichishki. Kichishki. Okay, so for pronunciation purposes, let's say these out loud. Okay, repeat after me. Nikchishki.
Shishki.
Tikchishki.
Shishki.
Chishki.
Wait, can you say it again?
Kenna. Kichishki.
Oh, Kichishki. Okay.
Kenna. Yeah, it's a little different, Kenna, because we're not used to all these sounds together, like the H, the CH, right? And then right next to it is a sh, right? So ch is more like a sharper sound. Ch, cha, che, chi. And the X is more of a sha, she, shi. Ki, chish, ki. And then we waited, right? You gotta teke, tik, chishke, tik, chishke.
Wait, why do we have ki in front of shish? Ki.
Oh, ki right here.
Uh-huh.
Key key. This is in regards to uh, the object. So these are transitive verbs. We went a little bit over it with future tense. So chiya is a transitive verb. What does that mean? It means that you do. This is an action you do to someone, or right. So this right here meaning the k, nik, tik, and ki are referring to a third person or third object. So nikchishki, I waited for him. Tikchishki, you waited for her. I mean him. And then kichishki, he waited for him.
That's coming.
Again, so ki is the object, the one that's receiving the action. Let's see if I can bring that up.
Is this a past tense stuff, like stuff that you guys went over last class? Is it recorded last class?
Yes. Yeah, I recorded it
Okay.
last time. Yeah,
Okay.
just keep
Okay.
checking your emails. Yeah, I sent the class the recordings at least like within 24 hours of the first class of the class. So just keep checking your
Okay.
emails.
Okay. Sick.
And then so a brief review on transitive verbs. So transitive verbs don't disregard like the first part. So these are verbs that you do in action to someone or something else. So we will use here amati and nekti. Make sure you write this down as well. So Amati means to like, and neki means to want. The way that you construct these, which basically are sentences in English, is first who's doing the action, meaning the subject prefix, right here, ni. The object or the person that's receiving the action, the k right here, it, and then the verb. So nik amati, I like it. You can't just say ni amati. It has to have a case sound because it's something that you do to something else or someone else. So nik amati, I like it. Tik amati, you like it. Now what says ashkana? You can't just use the k sound here. You have to add a ki sound. So kiamati, she likes it. Tik amati, we like it. Now it says ashkana, you can't use the k sound here either, so you have to use the ki. Kiamati, you all like it. And kiamati, they like it. We'll get into transitive verse more deeper. And then it's the same idea here too with neki, right? Make neki, I want it, right? I'm doing the action to it, neki, I want it. Tik neki, you want it. Neki, she wants it, right? And in this case, it's the word chiya, right? So he chiya, he waits for him, or in the past tense, he chishki, he waited for her. Tichishke, we waited for him. Tichishke, we all waited for him. Tichishke, they waited for him. Right? So here we have the word pilla. We're going to use the word pilla, to have. Right? It's the same idea here too. Emma, can you give Molia? I have it. I have it.
Morlia, I have a Morlia Nikpia.
Kenna, pilla. Right? So pilla is also a transitive verb. So nikpia, I have it. Okay. Let's just add a word. Nikpia se touch. I have a rabbit. Right? Nikpia se touch. I have a rabbit. So now we want to say I had a rabbit. So Luis, what's the first step to make this past tense?
I shouldn't mate, to be honest with you. I feel like, yeah, because I wasn't here for the last class. I'm barely trying to soak everything in right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vero,
Right,
what's
Papa
the
Willie.
Sampa?
Oh,
Yeah.
I just said La Papa Willie. I said sorry, I don't
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, no problem. Okay, and
So
so
first drop the vowel, the last vowel, A.
Kenna. And then the second step, what do you do, Emma?
It's because it's a Y, then we change it to an X.
كنا. And then the last step, Vero.
Oh, for the conjugation, it's ki, then you add ki.
كنا.
And then pish.
Aha. Nikpishki. Nikpishki. Se Kwatochin. I had a rabbit. Okay. So Tikpishki se Kwatochin. So Ishki, I had it, right? Nikpishki. Vero, can you simulate you had it?
Pishki.
Ishki. And then Emma, can you simulate she had it?
She had it, Moilia ki pishki.
Pishki. Okay. So we have it. Simulate we have it. We
Pishke.
had it. Right? Tikpiya,
Pik.
we have it. Present tense. Kinda. So let's break it down. T is with the nature at the end is us, right? We have it. We have. We're doing the action. Pilla is to have, and the k is the it, right? We have it. Right? For plural, tikpilla, right? That's what's gonna drop. That's the first step. You're left with this, right? But before you add the key, the Y turns into an X. Y is going to turn into an X. And then the last step is at ke. Right? Tikpishke. We had it. Right? Emma, can you hear you all had it. All
You
had it.
all had it, Moilia in ki pishke.
In pishke. In pishke. Right? For this one, for you all, you have to use ki because you can't use C. Sorry. And then Vero, can you hear they had it.
Pishke.
Pishke. They had it. Okay, these are the words. Tlachiya, make sure you write them down. To observe. Tlachiya. Ihiya is for something or someone to make someone else nauseous. So let's practice with another word. Tlachilla. Can that happen until it's a class 2 word? It ends in YA. Tlachilla. Tlachilla. I observe. So kinihimulia, I observed. I observed. Yesterday I observed. Drop the A, Y turns into an X, and then add, right? Ni tlachishki. I observed. So yesterday, Yalvaya, ni tlachishki. Vero, kinihimulia, yesterday you observed.
Moilia Titlashishki.
Yalvaya, kena Yalvaya, tlachishki. And then Emma, kinihimulia, yesterday she observed.
Yesterday she observed Moilia Yalwaya Tlachishki.
Kena. Okay. And then for plural, you have to get, right? So we observe tlachilla. Tlachilla. T, H, tlachilla, we observe, right? Present tense. For plural, you have to drop the H as well. Teipano H, Teipano A. Y will turn into an X, and then you have que. Titlachishke, we observed. Pero kinihimulia, you all observed.
Moilia Intlashishki.
Can. Emma, kinihimulia, they observed.
Moilia Tlachishke.
Tlachishke. Okay, so these are for words and then the Y. Now, all words in YA are going to be changed in this way for the past tense. Okay. Now, this is for words that end in QU. QU would turn into a C. So, present tense, Niki. Ina ni Niki. I die. First step is drop the I. Panokai. Second step, the QU will turn into a C. The C, so after you add the C, you will add the key. Okay. So how would you pronounce this? Sumulia, I died. Ikanawat. Which technically you would say that maybe well Nimishki or maybe that's the sky. Nimishki. I died. Right? CQ. C is an H, right? Nimishki. So phonetically would be something like Nimishki. I died. Nimishki. Pero kinihimolia, you died.
Molia Dimishki.
And Emma kinihimolia, she died.
She died Moilia Mihki.
So we die. Technically, we should say that to right. The IH is what will drop. Okay, not IH will drop. You're left with this. What happens to the QU? It turns into a C. QU turns into a C. And then you add the key. Sorry, the ke.
Yes.
Dimishke. We died. So mihke is your base word. Emma, kinihimolia, you all died.
You all died Moilia in Mihke.
Pero, kinihimolia, they died.
Molia Mishke.
So let's do a review. We just have a few minutes left. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask. But right now, we'll go ahead and do a review. We went over class 2 past tense, which will take quite a bit of time on it. There's a lot of changes. Last one we went over, the QU turns into a C. So where's the name QU? Like, Nimiki, I died. Nimiki, I died. Words that end in YA, the Y turns into an X, right? So Nikpiya, I have. Nikpishki, I had it. Words that end in CU, you switch the UC. Always in these cases with the UC, the U is silent. So na nisasekwi, I'm cold, right? Present. Na nisaseki, I was cold. Number one that we went over, the HU turns into UH. Namansi ni chiwa, right? Right now I do it. Or if you want to say yesterday I did it, yawaya ni chishki, sorry, not yawaya ni chishki, right? UH, U is silent, H has a voice. Another one, we did it with the word kwawi, right? Namansi ni kwawi, right now on the firewood. Yawaya ni kwa, yesterday firewood. right? And then the regular wave with regular class 2 words like wet sea, all you have to do is add the key, right? So ni wet sea, right? I fall, ni wet sea. Drop the I and then add key. Ni wet ski, I fell. So in some words, the class 2 words, all you have to do is just to drop the final vowel and then add key. Okay. That's today's class. Pia Tlatanili, do you have any questions?
Amo.
Fine. Well,
What actually? Yeah,
can-
actually, I have one. Yeah, yeah. So like all this stuff is in the Learn Now What book, right? Like the one that Young Garcia. So like, is it kind of the basic stuff that we're doing? Like, is it kind of the basic examples that we're using, or it's kind of different?
Well, it does go hand in hand with that lesson, but then I add more words to have more practice and not just some words. Yeah, you can go ahead and review the past tense in the book, but sometimes it doesn't really go into depth. But yeah, it goes hand in hand with that lesson.
Okay, thanks.
Ashlyn, all right, well, Timoitase, Koalishi
Naskamati.
Y'all be well.
Askamati.
Ashlyn,
Bye.
Kelly.
Piali, Tipano.
Piyali.